Toxic people come in any and all forms, whether that be your siblings, your parents, your significant other, or your boss. If any of them are bringing you down, then you must get out of those relationships as soon as possible. And if you would like access to content covering a wide variety of topics about self-improvement and your success, then make sure to click subscribe and hit the bell icon. Sure, it may be hard to leave your father or your sister, but if they do not have your best interests in mind, then drop them. If your mother is holding you back from starting that business because she is constantly discouraging you, then forget about her. Start it anyway and cut off all contact. When I first adopted this mental strategy, I gave the toxic people around me 1 month. That is, if there was no improvement in 1 month, then I would drop them. Granted, none of those people were in my immediate family, but some of them were my relatives. Most of them were people I thought I could count on as friends, but I realized they were simply bringing me down. Some may ask how I was able to stop all contact with my relatives, and truth is, I have not. But I have certainly diminished the amount of time I spend around them, and I never suggest to see them. Christmas and Thanksgiving are the few times I ever have to deal with them. And even when I am in their vicinity, I do not try to start conversation with them. As far as how you can get rid of toxic people from your life, write down a list of people around you who you believe are toxic. Then give them exactly 1 month to improve. Of course, don't tell them anything about the list you have made, or that you will cease to be in their life after a month. But at the end of the month, you should be able to see which of your relationships are toxic and which are not. Upon finalizing your list of toxic people, simply cut off all contact. Pull the plug. Delete them from any social media you may still have. Delete and block their contacts and phone numbers. Move out, if you live with them. The underlying point being that you need to get away from these people as soon as possible. Part of the reason that I write this post today is because of an experience I had yesterday while walking to dinner. I was walking in the opposite direction of a girl who had dropped all of her things. As I got closer, I realized she was on the phone. I thought to myself that it was too bad she had dropped everything, but it really wasn't much, just a few folders. But when I was close enough to hear what she was talking about, I realized she was apologizing. Immediately I thought, why is she apologizing? But her next statement made me understand why. She goes, "I'm so sorry. I just dropped all of my things." Then there was a pause, as I assumed the person on the other line responded. She then said, "I am really sorry. I didn't mean to." She was nearly on the brink of tearing up. This story may sound extreme, and frankly I am still a bit shocked by it, but it is a prime example of what a toxic relationship is. We have all been there. We have all dropped our things in front of a group of people. The embarrassment alone is enough to make us never want to drop anything, ever again. But mistakes happen. That is a part of life. The last thing we need is somebody else there, ridiculing us for having dropped everything. It feels as though the embarrassment is doubled. If that story sounds familiar to you, as in, you have been that girl on the phone, then chances are the person on the other end of the phone is toxic, and you must get them out of your life at all costs. If you need to move out to do it, then save up and move out. If you need to leave the city you are in, then move. Many people let toxic relationships last their whole life because they are too lazy to do anything about them. Do not be the person of inaction. Be the one who takes charge of their life, takes responsibility, and most importantly, makes the changes necessary to live at their highest potential. If you have made it to the end of the video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I also strongly encourage you to subscribe. You will definitely be missing out otherwise. Lastly, how have you dealt with toxic people in your life? What are some of the tactics that you have found to be most effective? Leave a comment below. I would love to hear.